How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelated Pumpkin, and in today's video, I'll be taking a look at all the new Lowe's Halloween 2021 items. So all this is publicly available on their website. None of this is leaked. You could all go check it out. And there are a ton of new stuff made by Gemmy and a few others. I'm pretty sure it's mostly Gemmy. But today I'll be taking a look at it and showing them all to you guys and getting my thoughts and opinions on it. So I guess with all that out of the way, let's just jump straight into it. To start off this video, I'm just going to go through all the life sizes first. There's 3, and I feel like that's what most people are here for, to see the new life sizes. Now, none of them have names officially. They're all like these weird placeholder names. So I'm just going to refer to this guy as the Pumpkin Reaper, since that's pretty much exactly what he is. And this is kind of rumored to be replacing the Plague Doctor. So it was rumored that the Gemmy Plague Doctor, which was a canceled prop from last year. I'll throw a picture of it up now. Fellow haunter JTA Haunts actually was able to get the prototype version. That was actually supposed to come back at Lowe's this year, but if we look on the website, there's no photos of it or no listings for it, so it's a little bit suspicious that he may be getting canceled again, which I really hope he doesn't. That one is just an amazing Gemmy prop, so this guy is rumored to be replacing him in the lineup. I'm not sure if that's true, but just remember, we may not be getting that Plague Doctor this year, which is super unfortunate. But now back to the main point of interest, this pumpkin guy. I'm pretty sure this is made by Gemmy. It looks Gemmy to me, and I'm just going to say it's Gemmy since most of the products in this video will be just Gemmy products. So, Gemmy made this really cool Pumpkin Reaper guy, and I'm going to be honest, I like this guy a lot. Now, obviously, it's Gemmy. We're not going to be getting the best quality, best detail here since they plummeted in their quality. But for Gemmy, I think they're starting to have a little bit of a comeback. This one looks pretty solid. The pumpkin face mold, or the pumpkin design for the face, looks great in my opinion. Other than that, he has a very basic design with his robes, but there is some detail there with his hood. I like how that looks. He does have a staff as well. It goes all undetailed, but still, I think this makes for a really cool pumpkin head prop. It fits well. I always wanted like a Pumpkin Reaper like this, and we're finally really getting one like it. I don't think we've really seen anything except for that costume, which I actually made into a custom prop, the bobble eyes pumpkin. You're seeing it now on the screen, but I like this one a lot. It's definitely not one I'll be getting since, Gemmy. I forget how much it costs. I'll tell you that in like text or something on the screen now. But I think it is a pretty solid prop. I'm really interested to see what the animation does, what his phrases are, and what he overall says, and like what else he does. And yeah, I think for Gemmy, this is a pretty solid prop, and I like it quite a bit. The next prop we have is this zombie Groundbreaker guy, and I think he looks pretty cool. Now, it's been rumored that this guy actually isn't Gemmy, instead he's Party Gears, which is interesting. I didn't know that Lowe's bought from Party Gears, but I guess they are now. Maybe it is Gemmy, I'm not sure, but it's been rumored that this guy is Party Gears, and to be honest, he does look like a Party Gears prop a little bit. But anyways, back into what this guy does and like what he looks like. I really like the look of this one. I think it is a pretty awesome zombie Groundbreaker. Pretty much its whole torso is above the ground, which we rarely see for Groundbreakers, and it does look very big. I think the design of the face looks great here too. I love how there's a big split in his head. Maybe he got hit with like an axe there. There's plenty of blood on it too. Surprisingly, his face has a lot of blood and gore on it, which is a really nice change of pace. His shirt does need a little bit more blood, I think, but I'll let it slide considering how gory the face looks. I believe his arms are also posable. I'm not sure what his animation is or what he says. He probably makes zombie growling sounds. I feel like that would be the best. And I'm assuming maybe he has head movement, and also maybe side-to-side animation. But maybe it's just head animation. I have a feeling it will just be head animation. But nonetheless, I do think this is a really cool zombie Groundbreaker prop. Very interesting to see from Lowe's, and honestly, I like it a lot here. He is $100, which I believe is a bit pricey for him. Maybe he should have been like $80. But I do like it a lot, and I think it is a really cool Groundbreaker. Not one I'll be getting again. I'm not going to really be getting any of these or considering buying any of these. But for a Lowe's, sorry, I keep saying Home Depot. For a Lowe's life size, I think this is a pretty good prop, and definitely one of the better years for Lowe's we have seen in recent years. Here we have our last life size, and certainly my favorite. I'm going to say this thing is probably like a banshee or some sort of ghost woman. It looks like a banshee, but let me tell you why this is my favorite. This thing looks awesome. So, from the photo you're looking at right now, it may look a bit basic, but now look at this. it looks like her head will shoot up as a jump scare into this really scary looking mouth, which looks awesome in my opinion. The best part about this prop, it's only going to be $64, as says on the website. That could change, I'm not sure, but $64, considering if this thing has a cool jump scare animation, will be awesome. Now, this does look like Gemmy to me. I'm pretty sure it is, but also looks like Sunstar a little bit, which is a little bit concerning. I don't know if it is. I know Gemmy and Sunstar always work closely together, so I'm not sure if it is Sunstar, but it looks like a Gemmy prop board to me, and it looks really cool. I believe it is on the shorter end, but I don't care. This thing looks great. I really love it if it does a jump scare, and I just think the face looks really creepy. This is definitely my favorite out of their whole lineup for this year. I just think really, really good life size. Really unique too. If that is a jump scare, that will be awesome. My only complaint is that it's hardly detailed. It just looks like a white sheet on her, and she's pretty much all white. There's no colors that really pop out there. I wish she had like a different colors on her dress to break up the prop a little bit. That's definitely my biggest, my biggest problem with the prop. But that's really it, though. Everything else about it is really good. I just wish it was made by an actual good company, not like Gemmy. It looks very low quality. That's another one of my big concerns. This thing looks very, very low quality. I just wish it could have been made by like Techie Toys or something. They could have pulled this off a lot better than Gemmy. But still, for a Gemmy prop, this thing looks phenomenal. And this is what I mean why they're coming back. I feel like they're starting to step up their game a little bit more and more. And I think they're about to have a good resurgence with better quality props. And this is definitely no exception. It looks great. Don't go anywhere yet. Now we're going to be talking about some tabletops, and they actually have a few really good ones this year. So starting with my favorite out of all the tabletops, we have this Toxic Zombie Groundbreaker thing. Now, I absolutely love this one. This one is definitely my second favorite thing out of their whole lineup this year, right behind the Banshee. The detail here is impeccable. Really, really, really good for Gemmy. The lighting here is great, too. I love the green glowing ooze that's, like, basically melting him here. I think it looks amazing. If this thing was a little bit cheaper, I think I would definitely be buying it. But this is the biggest problem here. He's $34 or $35. I do not think that is worth it at all for this guy. He should have been maybe $20 to $25. I would have considered getting him at that price point, but $35 is too expensive. I'm sure this is going to be pretty big, though, since it's meant to be an outdoor Groundbreaker, and it does look like he has a sensor on him, but I do not think that $35 is really worth it for this guy, unfortunately. But nonetheless, that doesn't stop my love for this thing anymore. I definitely would get it if he was a little bit cheaper. Who knows, maybe I will end up picking it up at like a 50% off sale, or maybe if his price drops, I'll eventually get him. But nonetheless, this is definitely a phenomenal tabletop, and I feel like a lot of people agree with me saying that this guy is phenomenal. Next up, we have another tabletop I really like, the Trap or Treat doorbell button. That's pretty much what it is. Again, not the official name, but it's exactly that. You're going to put this in place of your doorbell or right near it, and somebody will press down, and what I'm assuming is the bear trap will close on their finger. Now, I highly doubt it will go all the way down. Maybe it'll stop right before it's about to close on your finger or go down a little bit, scaring you to pull your finger away quickly. But I absolutely love the idea of this thing. It looks great in my opinion. One of the best doorbells we've seen from Gemmy. I love the way this one looks. First of all, the bear trap design looks great here. I love that pumpkin button on it. It adds so much more. If that was just a blank button, it wouldn't have been very interesting. But because of that pumpkin button, it adds its own flair to it here, and I really like that a lot. Now for the rest of the design, it looks pretty basic. I wish they did more of a metal design for the rest of it instead of that old wood design. I feel like it would have fitted a lot more if it was like a more of a metal design for the rest of it. But still really cool. I like how the pumpkin button also lights up. That's another nice touch there. And overall, I think this is just a really clever and unique idea for a tabletop prop. Now for the final thing I want to take a look at today. I did skip over a few items in their lineup just because I think they weren't really noteworthy. Just some very small tabletops that have already been done before 1,000 times. This one is kind of the exception here since, of course, Gemmy does make pretty much a new radio every single year. But here we have another new radio for Gemmy. And I have to say, this probably is one of my favorites. I think I do like the Bat radio better from last year. I just like the design of that one better. But here, this one looks great, and it's probably the most original and unique take on the radio that they make so far. So, just looking at the overall detail here, with just ignoring what songs it will play, since obviously no one knows that yet. There's no video, but I do love the design here. So the skull, first of all, really reminds me of an old Scooby-Doo episode, like a background maybe with the classic cel-drawn animation. It looks very vintage looking, and I absolutely love that. It also kind of reminds me of the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch thing on the poster, how its head like stretches up. It kind of looks like that a little bit. I do think the eyes move, because if you look between the two photos, you can see the eyes are in a different position on the skull, which I really like that a lot if that's the case. And that's pretty much it for like the detail of the main part, and you do see those two little flames at the bottom. Again, I think the Gemmy radios are actually one of their best tabletop lines. I really do like each one they come out with. They're just like classic Halloween stuff, and I like them a lot. I mean, a lot of people think they're just releasing another radio, but I honestly kind of like them. I don't think I'm gonna get this one. I didn't get the Bat radio last year. I just kind of like each Gemmy radio that comes out. There's nothing really wrong with them. I think they're pretty cool tabletops all around, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright everyone, now I just want to give a little bit of an overview and recap of where I think Lowe's and Gemmy are right now, those two companies, what are the state of them, and what's really going on with Gemmy. So, for Gemmy, I don't know. I feel like they're about to make something really good. They're about to make a little bit of a comeback with better props, and I'm definitely feeling that this year, that these are some of the better quality props we've seen from them in recent years, especially with the Banshee and the tabletops. I really feel like they're about to make a big comeback in the Halloween industry, but I doubt they're ever going to be able to get back to their original state or original quality of props from classic Gemmy, like Dr. Shivers. We're never going to see anything like that again, unfortunately. But I do feel like Gemmy is going to get at least closer to that level in coming years. Obviously, this year is still not the best year for Gemmy, but they're definitely getting back into the swing of things, I feel. I don't know what happened there, what went on that just made their quality start dipping. But I don't know. I feel like their quality could take a bit of an uprise again. I'm not sure. It's really all what happens internally in that company. But I do feel like Gemmy is getting better every year now, and I'm definitely enjoying a lot of their props from this year. And now Lowe's, here's some advice for you. If you want to compete with Home Depot in terms of Halloween stuff, start buying stuff from SVI, Techie, and all the good companies, please. Stop buying from Gemmy and let them learn that if they want to get customers, they need to start making better props. I feel like this will force both companies into doing a lot better, and Lowe's and Gemmy will become a lot better companies if Lowe's takes this advice here, even though no one will be watching from Lowe's. But overall, I think Lowe's Halloween 2020 lineup is pretty decent. Obviously, it's all Gemmy stuff. I didn't really have many expectations. I really pretty much had zero expectations for them, but they kind of actually did like exceed what I originally had. So that was a nice surprise, and I honestly like Lowe's a lot this year. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you think of all the new Lowe's stuff in the comments below. I'd be really interested to hear what you guys have to say about Gemmy stuff this year. I think it's personally, in my opinion, getting better. Of course, I already said that a few times throughout the video. But yeah, I just kind of like it this year. Nothing I'll be getting, or maybe one or two things. I'm not sure yet. But I do like it nonetheless. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and check out the merch and my Instagram in the description below. Always helps out the channel if you go follow that, like the video, or subscribe. So with all that, as always, this is Big Slay Pumpkin signing out.